Everything you've been doesn't have to be everything you're gonna be. You at any point in life can decide to completely flip the script, completely take a different path, even though it can seem so difficult because we're so used to the narratives we've told ourselves, the stories we've got playing in our heads, the actions we take that are the same every single day. You can at any point completely transform your reality, actually in an instant. You might not see things change around you in an instant, but actually I almost would beg to differ, because perspective is everything in life. Two people can look at the exact same scene and have completely different feelings around it, and those feelings can then shape the actions they take in life. I think the biggest thing that we can do is rewrite the way that we see things in a positive light. Instead of this is happening to me, this is happening for me. And there's obviously going to be certain examples that are just too extreme to apply this to. But yeah, I think it's so wonderful that at any moment you can change things. You don't have to be the person that you've been anymore if it doesn't feel good. And another big point with this is to not shame yourself for who you've been, because who you've been had to happen for a while in order for you to be who you're going to become. I would really encourage you to take down like a pen and paper and sit and decide exactly who the dream version of you would be, how they would act, what they would do, what they would wear, who they would be around, what they would accept, what they wouldn't accept in relationships, friendships, etc. Work out and get really like almost clinical with it. Get scientific with it, get surgeon-like with it. Because I think you owe yourself that amount of care. You've been through a lot. And I think you owe yourself a chance to actually begin to live the life that you want. One that feels like you've built it for yourself, not that you're just living in a life that you've kind of fallen into on autopilot. Because I know that so many people, myself included, have felt like that for a very long time. And it's not the way, not anymore. It's time to make a change. It's time to feel excited to wake up in the morning. It's time to chase after your dreams while we're still alive. It's time to reignite that spark that you had when you were a child and when you were young. Reignite that spark and do things that you love relentlessly, even if logically it kind of makes no sense to anyone other than you, or even if it doesn't make sense to you. You just know that there's this desire inside of you to do these things, these huge to you, whether they're big or small to someone else is irrelevant. If something's important to you, it's because it's been planted on your heart, and you're supposed to be a person who brings that into reality, brings your dreams into fruition. And it's possible. It's so possible, and these things are as hard or as easy as we make them. It's so beautiful to take back that control, take the pen, take the paper, and write down who you want to be. Not who you've been, not your fears, not the things you're not good at. Write down, take away all limitation, remove every limitation, remove every condescending thought about yourself, remove all of that, and decide who the dream version of you would be. Would they be confident? Would they be very aware of their beauty? Would they be powerful? Would they be rich? Would they be kind? Would they be expressive? Would they be creative? What would they be like to a T? What would they wear? How do they walk? What does their energy feel like? What sort of music do they listen to? What do they eat? How do they prepare their food? Do they just toss it in a bowl, or do they prepare it with love even when you're the only one eating? There's so much that you can go into, and you have to be really specific about who you want to be, because like I said in the last video, you have to choose who you want to be, or the world will choose for you. And it is that simple. You get to decide, and you can just flip the script just like that. It's literally like flicking a light switch. All of a sudden, you just are that person. And the more you embody being that person, the more you build that muscle of being that person consistently, daily, the more you realize that you can do it. And the more you start to see life, reality bend when you tell it to. The world literally reshape itself in front of your eyes when you tell it to. And it's incredible. And time will pass, and you will look around and be like, wow, I actually have taken back control of my life, of my circumstances. And I want that for everyone. I think it's our birthright to remember that we are creators. I think because we've been in such a consumer mindset for so long, we forget that we can also create. Like, it doesn't have to be one or the other. You know, there's a lot of rhetoric online about create more than you consume, which is great. A lot of us are still going to be consuming, because I really enjoy watching videos. I enjoy taking music in and art in, and I listen to so much, and I use that as my recharging. I'm not necessarily going to create more than I consume. To me, that actually sounds quite exhausting. I get it, and that's a beautiful thing to almost keep there as a little reminder. Oh wait, maybe I could create how I feel about this and express myself in this way. But it doesn't have to be so intense as, oh, create more than you consume. Just remember that you are the creator. And the thoughts that you think, when you have all these negative thoughts and then your day just gets worse and worse and worse, it's not an accident. It's not because you're cursed. It's really just because you're thinking these things, and then the energy you're letting off, the way you're feeling because of that is negative, low vibrational, fear, shame, hate, all of those things. And then your electromagnetic field is just full of all of these things. And so you're still magnetic, just not to the things that you want to be magnetic to. And it's important to visualize your field and fill it with the sort of frequency that you want to be magnetic towards, because you have a choice. So instead of when you feel fear come up, because fear's going to come up, right? Fear's going to come up, especially if you've been in the habit of feeling fear all the time. You have to flip it. How is this teaching me? Actually, am I safe? Check. Oh yeah, I am safe. Or if I'm not safe, what can I do to make myself feel more safe or be more safe? Can I reach out to someone? There's so many things you can do. Really get in there. Don't just watch all of this stuff going on in your head and just be like, oh my gosh, I'm a victim to this. Get in there and dissect it. Take it apart. Rearrange it. Like I've said again in a video, like shards of glass, and create a mosaic that you actually think looks beautiful. Because you don't just have to settle for the almost what's been. You can choose to create exactly what you want. And as soon as you realize that and really, really embody that, the creator mindset, things will change and life will start to feel a little bit easier. Life will start to feel a bit less heavy. And there will be times where you feel heavy. There'll be times when you feel fear. There'll be times when you feel worried or you feel like nothing's happening. It's okay. Don't identify with those times. Allow them to pass. Allow yourself to feel that. But remember that field. Remember what do you want to magnetize towards you? And pour more time, more love, more energy into that. Don't be perfect about it. Don't worry about feeling bad, negatively impacting things. Don't worry about that, because that just creates more fear, more shame, more worry. That's actually not productive at all. The bad things are going to come up. You're going to feel this. It's not going to ruin your magnetism. It's not going to ruin what you're trying to attract, unless you allow it to, unless you decide that, unless you subscribe to that, because then it will. So really deep how powerful you are. Really, really, really deep it. don't for a second take for granted how amazing it is that the brush is in your hands, the ball is in your court, you know, and have fun with it. I think that would be the main thing I say. Have fun with it. Write these things down, get so creative, add to it, dream big, dream colossal, dream bigger than you've ever dreamed, dream bigger, way bigger than you've ever dreamed. And as things come into your life, take note, give thanks. They might seem small at first, they'll trickle in, and then all of a sudden you look around and you're in a whole different world.